The third installment in the franchise, Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, was probably the one film that had fans in doubt despite it being filled with ambition. But its ambitious nature may have very well been its downfall. Rather than continuing the original plot, it tried to revise some aspects while also trying to add new ones, including new characters, environments, and elements of its world that had never before even been talked about. Let's take a deeper dive into how all of this led to an overall average experience, starting with fans thought the showrunners were trying too hard. In a lot of ways, an excess of its attempted world building hurt the film more than it helped it. The Secrets of Dumbledore did more than just overreach with its story, though admittedly, it did set up a potential fourth film that could very well be the best one we've seen so far. Although the movies are considered to be nowhere near as good as the original Harry Potter franchise, it goes deeper into trends from the original. That is, of course, putting up a huge emphasis on the world itself, with continuous shoehorning of its exposition in societal context that only ended up making the film much weaker. This proved to be one of the major reasons for its mixed reviews. It was simply too obsessed with making a world that it forgot to explore its best pieces with any depth. Along with giving plenty of time on screen to its new Grindelwald, played by Mads Mikkelsen, the film explored Credence's mysterious past and demonstrates how politics works in the wizarding world, thus bringing about several new creatures and making a surprise return to Hogwarts. It had too many ideas crammed into it that would have been amazing all by themselves, but together they ended up causing chaos in the actual narrative, leaving parts that people were actually interested in a ditch. Even changes we saw to concepts put down by Harry Potter weren't properly executed and just felt unfinished. Admittedly, it does make the universe much more interesting. Not all of it's bad. It does an incredible job when it comes to going through what the franchise established before it and making the universe feel more real and interesting in an incredibly subtle manner. It might have started as an attempt to flesh out the original franchise's history, but has managed to be more than that. It's now become a way to delve into Dumbledore's life and his relationship with one of the most dangerous villains on screen. The Crimes of Grindelwald explored some subtle teases from the first film, but Secrets of Dumbledore truly tried to expand its horizons by bringing about new ideas and fully expanding on the story, unlike films before it. With an intriguing setup for possible sequels in the future, it also manages to improve relationship dynamics between all of its characters. Even though it did try too hard and too much, the road its narrative has taken could in turn be amazing for the entire franchise. Secrets of Dumbledore had a lot to fix up from the films before it, but it shows a much better path for future films. Moving on to how the fourth film can improve on it. Keeping in mind the multiple ways in which Secrets of Dumbledore tried to fix problems in the franchise, a fourth installment in the series could have the potential to be the best one yet. It straight up sets the story for Fantastic Beasts 4 in more than just one way, most notably through Dumbledore and Grindelwald's pact finally breaking. This now means he can openly go against and defeat Grindelwald, setting up the stage for another all-out war in the wizarding world. Not just that, but since Credence finally accepts himself as a Dumbledore, we could see him side with Newt and the gang to finally take down a big villain. By delving deeper into the franchise, it has managed to open up a plethora of events that could unfold in the fourth installment, leaving the writers with a multitude of paths to take, and the world building done by Secrets of Dumbledore could pay off and be extremely important for an amazing film. While the third film did lack in executing a meaningful story, it set the stage for one of the most iconic duels in the Harry Potter universe. But will Fantastic Beasts 4 be able to deliver on its franchise's true potential? Lastly, the likelihood of a fourth film. A new film in the series could bring out its true potential, but it doesn't seem like a possibility given how previous ones have gotten a mixed reception both by critics and fans, especially since the release of Part 3 could bring about doom for the entire franchise. More than that, the studio behind Fantastic Beasts is reluctant in making a sequel for obvious reasons, considering Part 3 as its ending. It's quite ironic that in an attempt to save the franchise, Part 3 may have straight up doomed it instead. Though it isn't just that, the first two films in the franchise also had mixed reactions, making way for most people to think of it as an unworthy successor to the Harry Potter series. While we may or may not get another movie, Secrets of Dumbledore sacrificed its quality to make way way for a much better sequel, which might have been the only way to save it. In other related news, coming up, will Voldemort make a return? While he may be part of the overall timeline, Voldemort has not yet made an appearance in Fantastic Beasts, though we all know what he's up to at this point. The character plays a very important role in his universe, soon becoming the most dangerous villain of all time. The series is planned to cover HP's story up to the year 1945, making him, that is Tom Riddle, about 18 to 19 years old. But he does meet Dumbledore when he's an orphan back in 1938, before soon becoming a student at Hogwarts. Though there might not be any confirmation on his reappearance on screen during the 2 remaining films in the franchise, there's still a huge chance he just might, since his journey of gathering Horcruxes would have already begun in 1945. Moreover, Jessica Williams on perfecting Eulalia. In a recent interview for the promotion of Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore with the Nerds of Color, Jessica Williams, who plays Eulalia Lolly Hicks, said a lot of thought and effort went into how she voiced and articulated the character. Williams further explained how she took notes from the famous jazz pianist Hazel Scott and writer James Baldwin to learn just how educated and well-read Lolly would be. One of the main things she considered was Lolly's upbringing, who was born in Harlem around the 1915s. She then worked with a dialect coach for a few months before filming ever started, and drew a lot of her inspiration from Hazel Scott's movement and voice. After studying black orators from that era, she concluded Lolly probably studied in a boarding school at Livermore, a school for the magically inclined in America, further saying that she probably stayed there and was even a professor at the school at one point. TV Line recently made a statement considering the recent cancellations and problems over at Warner Brothers that it would be a surprise if fans get to see the character on the big screen once again, with the franchise facing a big chance of closing down. Finally, Jodie Comer's next film casts Fantastic Beasts star. Jodie Comer, famously known for his role in Killing Eve, has cast another member from the Fantastic Beasts universe in his new film The End We Start From. Joining his cast is Catherine Waterston, who plays Tina in Harry Potter's spin-off series. Comer's new film is based around a mother who tries to find her way back home while stuck in a chaotic flood, with Benedict Cumberbatch from Marvel acting as its executive producer. It's a film about environmental crises that is going to be set in London, with Waterston playing a character called O, while simultaneously also acting as executive producer. Directed by the winner of the BAFTA Award, Mahalia Balo, for The Long Song, and based on the script by Alice Birch, famously known for Succession, who further based her screenplay on a novel by Megan Hunter under the same name. The cast considers it a film that's close to their hearts. The original novel had them on the brink of tears, and it's written for an adaptation beautifully. A deep and moving story about separation, social and environmental upheaval, motherhood, and finally that moment of pure primal instinct that always seems to bring joy and inspiration out of endless chaos. That's a wrap for this video. What is your favorite movie from the series? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.